When it comes to diving into the stock market, many Americans are mortified. They think that buying stock is difficult and complicated. They also have no clue what to buy or how much it is going to cost. The fact of the matter is that buying your first share of stock is as easy as buying groceries, a pair of shoes, or even a ticket to the movies. Most people are now getting into buying stocks by using their cell phone. By purchasing what are called fractional shares, investors are able to use apps to invest as little as $5 at a time. This means that, unlike the past, purchasing stock is no longer scary and complicated. The top 3 apps that we've studied for our students are called Acorns, Robinhood, and Stash. Each of these apps have different features for different investing styles, but all of them are effective for investors at nearly any level of income. There are other apps like Betterment and Wealthfront, but we aren't going to discuss those today. The Acorns app allows you to invest that spare change from your credit card. The technology associated with this app allows you to approve the deposit of dollar roundups from your credit card purchases. So, let's say that you go to the store and spend $21.23. If your credit card is connected with your Acorns app, the app will ask you if you'd like to round up and deposit the difference between the amount you've spent and the next whole dollar amount. So, in this case, you can deposit 77 cents into your investment portfolio. This may not seem like much, but it certainly adds up over time, especially if you do so with repeated and regular transactions. The app also does the work for you by selecting groups of stocks rather than the individual securities. That's the hard part. As we've mentioned in this program, investing in groups of stocks allows you to avoid a great deal of risk that one might normally encounter when purchasing one stock at a time. This is a great app for those who fear investing because it does most of the hard work for you, as I mentioned before. Basically, the app asks you for your age and risk preference, and then it puts you in a large amount of stocks without you having to worry about whether they pick the right ones. After you've started working with your app, you should get into the habit of checking your stock portfolio every morning and always investing your spare change. It is the long-term habit of wealth accumulation that leads to some people having more money than others. So rather than getting rich quickly, most millionaires actually get rich slowly. The second app that we love is called Stash. Stash is another great option for beginners that allows for instant diversification. This means that the app puts you into a large number of stocks all at once, rather than burdening you with the responsibility of trying to find the right stock at the right time. One thing that makes Stash different from Acorns is that Stash allows the investor to choose among classes of stocks based on interest, style, and beliefs. For example, if you're interested in robots, you can invest in a group of stocks that make money in the robotics industry. If you care about the environment, you can buy stock in companies that have proven themselves to be environmentally friendly. This allows you to invest based on taste as well as risk preference. In addition to giving you access to portfolios of stocks that fit your taste, Stash does a wonderful job of allowing you to invest in a way that matches both your age and taste for risk. This is what financial experts refer to as your risk tolerance, or ability to handle a risky portfolio with all of its ups and downs. The downside of taking on more risk is that you have to deal with some rough times, when the stocks are going to rock up and down like an airplane in rough weather. So, the question you may ask yourself is, why would I want a risky portfolio? The reason you would want to consider a risky portfolio is because even though riskier stocks are more stressful to hold, they actually, on average, tend to deliver higher long-term results than the stocks with little or no risk. Remember the term, nothing ventured, nothing gained? Basically, this means that taking chances in life typically leads to more opportunities for rewards and growth, but there is typically going to be some kind of risk involved in the process. This is the perfect trifecta when it comes to investing: preferences, age, and risk tolerance. To nail down the trifecta, I'll give you an example. John is 20 years old, loves technology, and doesn't mind a lot of risk. Because he is young, he has time to wait out the downturns and make enough money to retire 45 years from today. So, he invests in tech stocks and takes on a lot of risk because as a young person, he can stomach any economic setbacks. If John were older, say 60, and loved another industry, say fashion, he might take on a different investing strategy. This would involve far less risk and a different set of stocks based on his interests. His age would play a huge role in his risk tolerance because older people don't have as much time to wait out the downturns. After considering preferences, age, and risk tolerance, not much else matters. The final app that we spent time reviewing is called Robinhood. Unlike Stash and Acorns, Robinhood allows the investor to choose individual stocks instead of simply investing in broad portfolios. This allows you to pick your favorite companies without having to buy entire baskets of stocks. The app is built for more sophisticated investors, since your ability to pick individual companies means that it is on you to learn how to properly diversify. An investor should never just pick one stock at a time. They should make sure their money is spread out in a multitude of locations. No matter which app you choose, you want to then set your investment plan on autopilot. This means having a set amount of money taken out of your account every week, with that money being put towards your acquisition of stock. It doesn't matter how small the automatic deduction is. The key is to make sure you're consistent. Then just set it and forget it. While you're not looking, your wealth will grow. Also, the best part about consistent contributions to your portfolio is that your wealth is going to grow even when the stock market is going down. This is because even when the value of your assets hits a slump, you'll be helping the portfolio to recover from all losses. Another way to quickly grow your investment portfolio over time is to promise yourself that any raises or additional streams of income will all be allocated to helping you in your wealth acquisition process. This will keep you from spending your money on frivolous activities. Give yourself plenty of time for your wealth to grow. The stock market is not a casino, nor is it a get-rich-quick scheme. Instead, the market is a place where people can build large amounts of wealth and other financial assets over long periods of time by engaging in a very consistent investment strategy. People have taken this approach to wealth building for hundreds of years. All in all, it's not difficult to get started when investing. You don't need a ton of money, and you don't need to be an expert. It doesn't require you to even leave the house. Instead, you can do the same as millions of other people around the world and build your financial future with your cell phone. This is as easy as it gets.